Hi, this is Suhailah, and this is Grow With Me by Suhailah, the podcast. And this is season 2. Season 2, thank you for being here. I had season 1. I didn't know I was going to have seasons. I didn't know how this podcast was going to go when I decided to launch it last spring of 2025. But here we are approaching this spring, or in this spring, by the time you'll be listening to this episode. And we are in season 2 now. Season 2, I guess this is a seasonal thing now. I make my own cycles. So season 1 wound up being 20 episodes from March of last year to December. And then I took a little bit of break for the winter, holiday season, the winter. And now here we are launching for season 2. And I don't know what this one is going to be. I really thought I was going to have a lot more guests. I really did. I had a few lined up, not only here in the United States, but from other places. And I thought it was going to be interesting and rich. And the through line was going to be transformation, because I don't know how else that's what's happening. Whether we want it to or not, life is transforming us in ways unimaginable, right? And we see it all around. So I just feel like that is just a consistent through line, whether you are awake to that change, whether you are willing to participate in that change or not. Transformation is always happening. Change is always happening. So that was going to be the through line. But I decided not to have guests, or at least right now, not for this first episode. And even though I have some lined up, and I didn't expect this episode to be what came out. I just woke up and I decided that whatever comes out as normal, I had something on my mind and I said it as normal. This is my way. And this episode is titled, What is Life? And yeah, I didn't know what was going to come out. It wasn't curated. It wasn't, let me have a script. It just came out as normal. That is just how it seems to happen with me, very intuitive. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you can understand and respect what is being said, and at least listen and consider what I'm asked to be considered in here, which is what is life. Let's get into it, and happy spring. What is life? What is life? What is life? I woke up this morning and that was on my mind. What is life? And as we now head into spring, the time of the year when we expect flowers to start blooming, the days to be longer, leading into summer, the sun to stay out longer, we expect to see, depending on where you live, more green on the trees. Everything is in bloom. Everything is coming to life. At the same time, there's just so much that is dying off in this world, in ourselves. Life is a strange thing, isn't it? It's, who are we? Who are we? Why are we here? What are we here to do? What is our purpose? Who put us here? Who put us here? We don't know. We don't know. And all we could do is show up to life every day and try to give it our best. Sometimes we want to give it the most, but we can't. We just can't give it the most. Sometimes the most is to do less. Sometimes the most is to do nothing. Sometimes the most is just to witness. Sometimes the most is to be still and to just listen to what is being said inside of ourselves. It is a strange time to be alive. A couple of weeks ago, here in the United States, I woke up on a Saturday morning. I had a friend staying here at my house, and I did what I normally don't do, and I looked at my phone, and it said the United States of America, in connection with Israel, has just struck Iran. I put my phone down because, I don't know, it was too early. I hadn't meditated. I rolled my eyes at yet another thing, and I did not want to start my Saturday like this. And in the silence of the morning, I got out of bed, and as soon as my friend realized I was up, he said, "We're at war." We're at war is what he said. We're at war. This is what he said. Neither one of us wanted to have this conversation, but we couldn't deny that it was the truth of what was happening in this world. And many of us at war with ourselves, many of us at war with the people around us. We are fighting to be who we are supposed to be, to do what we want to do, to show people who we are, to say, no, I really want to do this. I really am this. Let me show you. Let me prove you. There are so many little wars going on in the everyday world, within our minds, within our hearts, within our spirits. There are so many wars going on in households. People trying to fight for whatever they believe is the right thing to be fought for, their position, their right to do something the way they want to do it, whether it's a child, whether it's a wife, whether it's a husband. There is so much compromise needed normally on a regular basis just to move through this world. But we're at war is not a sentence, a statement that I want to wake up to on any given morning. But yet here we are. So what can we do in a world where I'm asking what is life and there's so much death, right? What is life and there's so much little care for life? What is life when there is just no regard for life? The life of our brother or our sister, the life of the planet, Mother Earth, and the life of just ourselves. We are so in it. We are so in our bodies, battling with the everyday things that we are not often asking any of these questions. What is life? What is life? Why are we at war? Why are we at war? Why are we at war with ourselves? Why? What are we fighting for? What are we here fighting for? We are fighting tooth and nail to have our way. Tooth and nail to live a life that we feel like is worth living, to live in a world that we feel like is worth living in. And we can't do anything about the largest stage, unfortunately, except for sitting and praying and visualizing a world we want to see and a world we want to be in. I often sit and visualize planet Earth in my meditation. I visualize white light around her. I visualize pink light around her. I visualize light coming from the cosmos, from God, from up, down, all around, from the earth. I do all kinds of visualizations on the planet herself. It's like I have to zoom out, pretend like I'm looking at planet Earth and send her light and love, because she is a living sentient being. And if she's not okay, we're not okay. So when we decide to go to war on her soil as if she is okay, then there's going to be consequences to that. Not only man to man, country to country, continent to continent, army to army, but there will be consequences to that, and we don't know what that will be yet. But here we are having war on the soil of the planet Earth, who is a sentient living being, and without her we could not live. Without her, she could just shake us off at any time and we'd be gone. But we seem to forget that it's not just about us. So what can we do? We can take it back to the individual. This is what I say all the time. Let's not be at war with ourselves. Let's not be at war with ourselves. Let's not be at war with our neighbor. Let's not be at war in our household. Let's not be at war in our minds, in our hearts. Let's not fight against ourselves. Let's not tear ourselves apart inside fighting so hard for what we want, who we want to be, whether it's that promotion, whether it's that boyfriend, that girlfriend, that marriage, that divorce, to have children, to whatever, get that house, to take that trip, to buy that bag or that car. Or let's not be at war with ourselves when these things do not happen according to when we think they are supposed to happen. Launch that business, publish that book. I'm in the process of writing and publishing my second book. Sometimes we're at war. We want things to be we want them to be the way we want them to be. We want them to be now. We want them to be forever. We are constantly trying to get ahead of the moment where we stand in. We can't get out of this moment fast enough sometimes. We want to get over there. This is not enough. This is not enough. This is how we often feel. We are reaching for something, or we are trying to escape something, get away from something. But sometimes we just have to stand where we are planted, like a tree and like a flower. We have to stand where we are planted. And we have to just understand that this is life. Life is what we make it. And ask that question, what is life? What will you make of it? And we have to be determined not to go to war with ourselves. We have to. No more war inside of us. I'm at war with myself on a regular basis. I am fighting tooth and nail myself Myself, I am fighting, right? I talked about this in last year's episodes, season 1 of this podcast, anxiety and my own thoughts and what's your trending story and, all of these episodes that were really just internal battles. Like, what can we do to change the interior landscape of who we are, how we feel, how we show up, so we can show up better for ourselves and then for our fellow man, our fellow human in this world. And to me, I don't know. I feel like a parrot when I say I will forever stand in the belief that change starts with the individual. So when we look around and we like, what is war? What is war? I think we have to be like, what is life? And until we start to value life a little more, starting with our own and just where we are. This is such a strange and crazy place, right? Who are we? Where did we come from? How did we get here? What are we here for? I don't know. I've been asking these questions since I was a child. Like, why am I here? Who put me here? Right? Like, why? Why is my biggest question. Outside of the day-to-day, I have to zoom out. Like, okay, outside of waking up and getting through another month, another day, another week, another 24-hour cycle, why? At the end of this race, at the end of this thing, why is it? Why? We just pass through this lifetime and that's it. Like walking up a block. You're at one end and then suddenly you're at the end and it's over. I don't know. I don't know what it is for, but I know I want to make mine as meaningful as can be. And that means the way I treat others, the way I am in service to others. I don't know another way to live. I don't know another way to be that makes it worth being here. It has to be in service to others, not just in service to myself. And after you accumulate things, it's like, well, what else is there? After you experience things, it's what else is there? If we are hands of God, which I believe we are, if we are here to be channels of God, God is expressed through us, through being human. So we are the eyes and ears on the ground. We are the ground crew. Then, yes, after you see what you're here to see, what else is there? So to me, I live my life like this. What else is there? What else is there? I'm looking for the what else is there. Not in a seek and accumulation way, but in a there is the horizon. What's beyond the horizon? And can I take things a little bit further for the betterment of myself and the betterment of humanity? What hasn't been done before that I might be able to do now? Where has nobody looked? Where is there trouble brewing inside of me that needs addressing in a way that no one told me how to address it? But yet here I stand. So what is life? What is life? We have to look into the cracks of this world, the cracks of the internal world, and decide that it's valuable, and decide that we're valuable, and decide that humanity is valuable. And that starting today, we are going to treat this life with a little bit more care and a little bit more reverence, just for the fact that we're here. And trust me, I have had dark days where someone's like, oh, you should just be happy to be alive. No, I should not. No, you should not, when you don't feel like it's worth being here or that you're suffering. Sometimes that does not feel like the better choice. So that's not what I mean here. But if we can dig a little bit deeper inside of our internal self and find that cosmic heartbeat, there's a heartbeat that is connected to the earth. There's a heartbeat where we are all one. There's a heartbeat and a pulse where everything beats as one. It's on the same cycle. The rest of the universe is on the cycle. The rest of the planet, the moon, the sun, the plants, the flowers, the trees that I spoke about earlier, they work on this cycle in complete harmony. And then we just come as humans and we just do what we do. We beat each other up. We beat ourselves up. And it's so frustrating. And we're at war is the last thing I want to wake up to. But I often wake up to that inside of my own self. I'm at war with myself, trying to get everything I want to get done in the time frame that I have been allotted on this planet, which I do not know how long that is until it is over. None of us do. so we can make the most of today. We can be grateful. We can try to help somebody else, because sometimes when we can't help ourselves, that's useful too. And that's what I wanted to say for this season 2, episode 1 podcast of Grow With Me by Suhailah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you are interested in journeying with me a little bit further or a little bit longer, there are a few ways that you can do that. One of the ways is my leadership course. It is called Feminine Leadership, Leading from the Inside Out. It is a mini course. It is self-guided. It is soft. It is gentle. It is easy. You can do it anywhere. It's a PDF. You can download it. It is not the traditional leadership language mumbo jumbo. It's not heavy hitting. It's not heavy. It's not heady. And it's easy to download, and it's on Gumroad. So wherever you are listening to this podcast, whether you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Podcast, wherever you are, in every episode you will see an episode description. Beneath the description, down below, but before you get to my bio, which is all the way at the bottom, between those two areas, you will see a bunch of links. Amongst those links is the link for Feminine Leadership, Leading from the Inside Out. You can click there. It will take you to Gumroad, and you can download it right now. It's priced at $37. Quick and simple, easy, breezy. If you're interested, check it out. I also have a book, Awaken the Brand by Suhailah, Unleash Your Personal Potential Through Building Your Brand. I like to say this book is personal development meets brand development, powered by spiritual intelligence. So whether you have an actual business brand or just a personal brand that's also a business, or just a personal brand that's just you, I define a brand as a promise. So whatever that is for you, it does not have to be a business that is a business where you are generating money or trying to generate money. It's just about how we show up in the world through our businesses, through our brand. I'm really using brand as a path to higher consciousness. That's really what it is. I'm using business and brand as a path to higher consciousness. I use that word because it's something that everybody understands, but it really literally is also a business and brand book. So however you want to look at it, however you're approaching it, whether it's for yourself personal, whether it's for yourself because you actually have a personal brand, like you're a public speaker, or whether you're a thought leader and you actually are building a personal brand, or that is your business, or whether you have an actual product service brand. It's for everybody. So you can also check that down below. I have another course. It's also called Awaken the Brand. It's what the book came from. The course came first, the book came second. So you can check that out below. That's on Teachable and Gumroad as well. And then I have a newsletter called Spark by Suhailah, and it is on Substack. Those are all of my offerings. If you're interested in any of them, you will find them below. Have a wonderful day. Sending you light and love.